Today we'll be talking about glide translations. And so we're going to write glide translations or reflections. See if I can fit that in there. It's pretty easy because it incorporates everything that we've learned so far. So it says a translation or glide and a reflection can be performed one after another to produce a transformation known as a glide reflection. A glide reflection is a transformation in which every point P is mapped onto point P double prime by the following steps. So the first thing you do is you have your pre-image here, which is P. And then you do a translation, whatever they instruct you to do. And so that translation for this one was to move the point here. So now we have P prime. And then you do a reflection on line K, which is parallel. And you do a reflection over to the other side. So that is what a glide reflection is. So let's try one. So it says use the information below to sketch the image of ABC after a glide reflection. So first thing I'm going to do is do my coordinate grid. So I do my y-axis and my x-axis. I'm going to put a little y up here, a little x there. It says use the information below to sketch that image. So I'm going to plot my points first. I think I'll change my color just so I can have it stand out. So first I'll do black for my pre-image. So I have -1, -3. So I go over 1, down 3, and I plot the point. And that's going to be point A. Gosh darn it, changed color. And now I'll do point B. So it's going to be -4, so 1, 2, 3, 4. And it'll be down 1. So I have this point right here. And that one is point B. And now I'll do C, which is -6. So I'm going to go 2 over and -4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And that one is my C value. So I'll connect my points to form that triangle. And there's my triangle. And now I'm going to do the translation first. So the first step was to plot. Second step, translation. So I'm going to add 10 points to each of my coordinates. So I'm going to start with A. So I'm down at A. And if I'm adding 10 points, but I'm not changing my Y. So all I'm doing is moving that shape up 10. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm sorry, I'm not moving it up. I'm moving it over 10. Because it's the x value. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I can also do it another way. So if I want to look at my points, and I'm just going to apply that translation. So if I do 10 plus -1, that's going to give me 9. And I'm keeping my y value, so -3. So A prime will be that. B prime will be 6. -1, and C prime will be 4, -4. So let's see how that works out. So I go over 9, 1, 2, and let's change my color. So I'll make it pink. And I go over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Then I'm going to go down 3, 1, 2, 3. I'm going to plot my point there. So that is going to be A prime. And now I'll do 6, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and -1. So there's my B prime. And then I'm going to do 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and down 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And there's my C prime. So I'm going to connect my points together. There's my image. My pre-image is here, and there's my image. So I translated it over here. And now I'm going to reflect it in the x-axis. That's my third step. So first I'm going to go back, change it to black, and I'm going to write My third step is reflection, and I'm going to change that to purple. So I'm going to reflect it over the x-axis so it's a mirror image. So I know B1 is here, so I'm going to put, or B prime, sorry. So I'll put B double prime right there. And I know A is down 3 from that, so I'm going to go up 3. 1, 2, 3. So I have A double prime. And C is 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. And so I have C double prime. And there's my reflection. So basically a glide reflection is doing the translation and then you're doing the reflection. So when two or more transformations are combined to produce a single transformation, the result is called a composition. So just like we did before, it's more than one thing that you're doing to it. And the composition theorem, which is 7.6, the composition of two or more isometries is an isometry. So if you're not changing that shape, obviously it'll be an isometry. Here's a little bit more difficult one. So you're going to sketch the image, and I just showed it here because I thought it would be easier to explain than me doing it. So sketch the image PQ. So they gave you PQ, which is right down here. So this is my pre-image. And we just plotted the points. Then it says do a rotation, which is 90 degrees counterclockwise about the origin. So I find my origin, and I have my PQ, but I'm going to take that P value, and I'm going to connect it to the origin. Then you would measure with a protractor 90 degrees, and it would be right here. And so you know that that P is going to rotate 90 degrees to here. And then you just take your Q, and you're really doing the same thing. And you can just look down here and go, oh, I know that it's down 2 over 1. So once I get up here, it's going to be up 1 over 2 because it's kind of reflected, but it's rotated. So now I have my rotation, which is right here. And then it says reflected in the y-axis. So I just go, oh, it's over 2 this way, so I go over 2 that way. This one's over 4, so I'm going to go over 4 this way. And here is my reflection. So this is an example of a composition as well. And this just gives you some steps, but I verbally said them to you. So that's all we're doing today for the composition and the slide reflection translations. Have a good night.